Hello everyone, this is Serious Trivia. Welcome back to part 19 of our tutorial series on Total War 3 Kingdoms featuring Cao Cao. In our last part, we used a bit of a movement trick and night battle to beat back Tao Qian's new invading army with his son and heir Tao Qian and his other son and another one of his administrators here. And what we're going to do with this army after beating them back is just to combine forces with them and have them sit pretty inside Pengcheng awaiting for the next siege. Now all this sieging is continuously damaging our buildings, which prevent us from actually building them. This repair costs 0, so we're going to go for that. It will take 1 turn, and then actually it was being upgraded. I think we don't have to do anything. I think this will auto fix and actually go into the upgrade next turn if we don't get siege. So we're going to leave it be. We're going to get another rebellion very soon. We can't build up the reserve even though we have really high food production. You see it's 15% income from peasantry because we increase our food production beyond 10 because we added a new assignment last turn. However, we're not getting that benefit here because we are coming under siege every turn, which is a bit annoying. And we'll leave them be for now. Both armies are rather weak, and the way we set this up, using the yellow turban land here as a buffer, prevents them from healing in these land. So even if they trigger a siege, we can bring out the garrison next time and just beat them down if we want. Meanwhile, our army down south has other things to do, as we want to make a landing across the Yangtze River to attack Danyang over here, namely the city of Jianye. It's a small city right now. And what we're going to do is we're just going to pop into the river, which will take away our replenishment, which is fine. We can beat them with this army here. And since we are going to be without replenishment, I'm going to put the army into march or full speed to get a little extra movement. And we're trying to get as close to them as possible. They're not going to attack us because we're not officially a war. And the way they have things set up is actually quite nice because we can actually go attack one of the armies instead of the city, and we can pull out the garrison without... Can we land? Okay, we can actually land. That's wonderful. We are trespassing, which obviously will hurt our diplomatic relationships, but since I intend to wipe out the faction, I think this is totally fine. Now, if they declare war on us this turn and decide to attack us, that will serve the same purpose, except we'll enter the battle tired because we are marching, which is a bit sad, but we'll be fighting a non-garrison defense map, which will be easier for us. Let's see what happens. We got the surprise war declaration from Zhang Chao last time. That was a little unexpected. I thought, given that he has an underdog personality, he wouldn't attack us without a deal, which only highlights the importance of a deal. Now, we also need to finish a building here in Shouchun, and although I was debating going into industry, which we will, I think we will just take a free tax collection that will give a discount to future industry buildings as well for 10%. And only take 1 turn because Haoren's now active. So what we're going to do is build this, demolish this. This will be empty next turn. We will then build the state workshop for the industry income, which will synergize well with our toolmaker. And then we'll upgrade this. So next turn, 1 turn build of this during the harvest season. Then this 1 turn build during autumn, and then 1 turn build to upgrade the 3rd tier during winter, and it'll be finished in spring, and then we can pick up slave mobilization reform that we talked about, which requires a level 3 labor building. Then we demolish the labor building, hopefully for a decent amount of refund on the 2,000 we're about to spend on it, and we'll keep that reform going forward. And then for this slot, we'll go with a private workshop. So that's the plan for Huainan going forward. Chen is fully built. The only thing we have to do is be mindful that we're going to get a rebellion here next turn. And we don't have a spare army to come crush it. We don't have enough characters. So the solution's quite simple. We just have to lower our taxes back to regular. We don't need it that high. It's not giving us an incredible amount of income if you take a look. About 300, a little less than 300 extra. And maybe we can do this. Let's see how much the public order will shake out to be. So that would put us in 99, which is not a rebellion level, but close. Over here is hopeless because of our reserve situation. but here we can prevent it a little bit. And the main reason why they're all dropping is because we have these tax collection building. I don't mind them being close to rebellion, as we would like to farm those rebels. But since we don't have a spare army right now because we have to hold them back and our other army is busy over here, and Huainan is dropping rapidly as well, we can definitely just go down to here. And if we're really desperate, you can improve public order and reduce income. I'm not that desperate, so we'll just keep it neutral. Now over here, what happens when you can't feel the army? Well, it's fine. Let the rebels grow and attack you. If you can hold back armies like this, you can hold back rebels around your garrison. You can use the garrison to beat them back. Not difficult. And that's pretty much where we are. I believe all the buildings are fine. That's just from the damage. There is something we could build here. We could level up the commandery, get another slot, and potentially build our conscription building, which I would like to do. Now, I would like to get a discount on this and also speed up, but we don't have another sentinel, and Tauren's busy, so we're just going to swallow it. Not a big deal. We are making quite a bit of money. So off we go. And we're good to go for next turn. Keep in mind that we already checked espionage and diplomacy. We still have one more turn on the deal with Liu Chong, because we started the game on Harvest, and that would be the 10th turn. So let's continue and make sure we get a new deal with them next turn. Alright, Tao Qian's approaching us this time with a peace deal. Let's take a look. The current shift in balance is 8.7, it's higher than before. And he has an armor that we could use. This is not bad, to be honest. The 7 expertise can be given to Cao Ren. I wouldn't mind keep fighting him, but I could also pull the army away and actually start building the town. Both are okay options. Let's see how rich he is. And let's throw the armor in here just to see what his value on the armor is. Armor is 8.5. Okay. I think we keep fighting him until the value becomes even wider. Because we're being quite nice with them with the release of their troops and release of their general, so it should be okay. We'll let them continue to fight us and reject this deal.
任凭熊熊烈火灼天，亦会有熄灭殆尽之时。气绝而火熄，余下的不过是碧波作响而已。贼臣已死，于禁之中，又有多少人蠢蠢欲动？
Alright, so we just seeing a cutscene, a scripted death event for Zhuo, and Dongmin, his brother, has taken over. And Fall of the Tyrant, we see there's a plot with Wang Yun, the minister, plotting to overthrow Zhuo. No longer willing to suffer the tyrant, it is said that Zhuo's adopted son has been manipulated into striking the killing blow. So Zhuo is now dead. Dongmin takes over. We're still at war with them, and this could bring some changes to diplomacy, as he has a completely different set of personalities that could potentially allow us to secure a favorable peace deal, but seems not the case here, since we didn't do any fighting with them, so they don't feel, much in favor of us. No big deal. Tao Qian is now at 9.3. He is sieging us again. First thing we're gonna do here is get another deal with Liu Chong, as these are timing out. I believe this is the last turn when it says 0, because I don't think we can do another food deal, so we can do it next turn. So this is the 10th turn, the 0th turn here, and that's the last turn of trade that we have. We'll still have a trade deal with them, so it's not like they're gonna declare war, and we'll always have this non-aggression pact, but we can refresh a food deal with them next turn. And you can see how important that is with how Zhang Chao just declared war on us. We have a new character, Yu Minxiang, over here. She is a commander, which could boost our peasantry income with the tax collection. She is generic. She hates her former faction. She used to own her own faction, but she got wiped out by Wu Tugu. That's what this means, right? Their faction was destroyed by Wu Tugu. She had her own faction. So she was a faction leader, which makes me feel like she has items. That's true, she has a stone pig. So we still have both of these characters with items, and we could definitely recruit both and utilize them, especially her for the assignment, and we get a free item on top. She's also rather young, with decent enough traits, I believe. Determined, intrepid, friendly. They're okay. They're not amazing, but they should serve us decently well. So the goal here would be to cancel the food one, and we'll send her in over here to boost the peasantry here. Meanwhile, we'll build our state workshop building. We are getting sieged once again. We are going to have to fight this. And we can delegate for a victory, or we can just fight it on the field. We have our men, but what's more is they don't really have many men in their army, so it's a pretty easy beat. We can night battle to pull away the garrison again because Zhuo is in the army. So at this point, we will fight again. I don't know if we should kill him. I want to get his items. You can get the items without capturing him. There's always a chance he would drop an item. I'm gonna have to fight this manually, or else we run the risk of actually killing him. He has one more turn before he gets his resiliency back. So let's carefully beat him here. Alrighty, we're loaded into battle once again. Garrison from the reinforcement from the garrison is coming. We don't need them. We just have to be careful we don't run down Tao Qian by accident. He got a couple whacks on us last time. Not a big deal. We're just going to route the units. He's going to feel army loss. He only has 1 morale because of the night battle effect. And I believe once one of the generals get here, I believe one of them caused scare. No one? No one? Okay. I'm just gonna run into them then. That's enough to scare them. Goodbye. On to the next one. We're getting hit by the ability again. We don't want to get whacked. So we're just gonna run around, let them rout. We'll kill off some of the units. Alright, we're good. That's the win. Simple as that. Alrighty. Hopefully he drops an item for us. We caught him. Okay, so here we can execute for Porcelain Cup, but we've been trying to keep him alive for so long that we're not going to use this option. We will instead release him, and there will be some fondness gained, but he's a faction leader, he's also old, it's not going to mean anything for us. Everyone that's his friend will, or in the green, will like us for this decision, and everyone who's not in the green will not like us for this. These are the rivals between Dian Wei and Xiahou Yuan with him. It's fine, we're just going to release. Pick up some more income. We have taken care of our siege again. We have a damage commandery once again. They keep sieging us. It's rather annoying. We are going to take this army off the field again. They have a shaman item. Okay, so this is the time to showcase how to get items from Yellow Turban rebels. They're always encamped. It's kind of hard to tell because you don't see a fort, but this crossed arm stance is encamped. So they actually have a structure on the field. So it's not that easy. We'll take damage for sure, but we'll still do it just for the item. Over here, we're also going to declare war, but this might be for the next episode here, as we have to deal with a lot of things over here first, but that's fine. We have this going, we have this going. Okay, let's just showcase how to capture characters here. We have a level up on Zanba. He has successfully gained a level while working for our assignment. We will pick up flexibility into reach. That's usually the skill you want to get first. And we can go to this battle here. Alright, so decisive victory. We will take night battle. We absolutely cannot kill him. Sometimes you can't control it. If he somehow has the unbreakable trait from a stubborn trait or some other methods of getting it, then you're out of luck. Then you have to kill him. Or else you want to try to get him to rout from the battlefield. and then we can maybe capture him like what we did with Tao Qian, and then we execute him for the shaman item. So let's jump into battle here. Alright, so this is an encampment battle. This is an encampment here with gates on each side. If we have siege weapons or any fire damage, they're all within structures, very easy to break. We're gonna hide our units in the forest here, and then sneak them through this forest so they take the minimum amount of enemy arrow damage, and then we charge in and try to kill off all the units so the general would rout with army loss. You see they're also fresh recruits. This is the first turn that they're shooting at us already. Alright, this is the first turn that they've been summoned. The general's quite healthy. We'll take a look at if he has Unbreakable soon. We'll just try to route everything. On to the next one. We turn on Night Battle for the morale hits. These are spear units, so we'll hit them last in case we lose our horses fighting them. And they're not braced, we'll just run through them. We'll capture this point so we can move out. He should feel army loss soon. If not, we whack him a few times. He doesn't have Unbreakable, or else his morale will be always 100. So he dropped 10 points because we're holding this. I'm surprised he doesn't feel army loss, but we'll capture all the gates and see how he feels then. Alright, we'll come drive by, hit him once. Alright, that's it. That should do it. No? One more time. There we go. Now we just hope we capture him. It's not guaranteed. 51% chance. Alright, let's see if we actually get the capture. The only good thing is because we let him run away, even if we fail the capture, which we did, he's still on the field. Right, now we don't want to chase him any farther. Any second fight will result in a rout, as in they will be wiped, he will be dead because he has no resiliency. So at this point, we would just come back and rest up here. We also have a very low supply situation. This is from the fact that we were merging armies. The game really don't like it when you merge armies or transfer units between armies, and it will punish you by lowering your supplies, which here will hurt our morale and our replenishment rate. But right now we have just generals and they're pretty high health. It should be okay. He will build up more strength. He will maybe get another general, and we'll have to fight him again later. It's a little annoying situation, but I wanted him to have his one-turn recovery. That way we can have another shot at catching him. So with that set up, and most of our commanderies about to rebel, and also something to note, when you have the rebel group, if you don't wipe them away, your population will lose each turn, mainly from reserve here, which is our main issue here. But in general, what happens is you will lose 20 points of public order or discontent, so you gain 20 points of public order every turn whenever the rebels are on the field, which means if you keep them alive for a few turns, you'll fix your public order. Now we are going to run into some other public order issues here, as well as here eventually. So we're going to start summoning some new generals. How close are we with Lady Bian's level up? One more turn. Okay, we're going to patiently wait for that so that we can get cheap redeployment discount. 25% is quite a lot, so it's not just a little bit. And we'll spend the rest of this tutorial episode attacking Liu Yao over here. We're going to say hi, declare war, and switch stance. You can only attack in regular stance, and we're going to attack the army outside, which will pull the inside army and the garrison out. And the goal of this fight is to kill everyone here and everyone here. None can leave alive, because if they're wiped, there will be no more garrison. Therefore, our second attack on the city will be free. There will be no garrison fight. So we gotta chase everyone down, utilize our cavalries, utilize our siege weapons, utilize our generals. Should be a piece of cake. So let's jump into this battle here. Alrighty, so we're loaded up in here. One thing we take note is the reinforcements coming from behind us. That's because the way we're positioned against their army. This army we don't need to wipe. They're not our main target. They're outside the city. We actually want to wipe this army. It's foggy, so reduced accuracy on all range units, including our siege weapons. So what we're gonna do is create a situation. We have guerrilla deployment, remember? We can place them anywhere we want outside of their red zone. And we're gonna let them come onto the field and meet up with their army. That way we can guarantee to wipe them. Or else if we start attacking them here, what happens is they lose morale and they will start running off the field. They're close to the edge of the map, they'll just run away. If we get them into the center here, we can prevent that from happening. So we're going to use our guerrilla deployment and set up our range troops here and just run our other units over here. That way we'll let them meet and then face them off over here. We're just going to keep our range right in the formation here. The rest of the army, however, have to run here. And that's totally okay. We got plenty of time. And you're going to see the AI move towards the reinforcement, or the reinforcement will move towards them. Both are very possible. You can also see, even though we're not hiding in the forest, because of the fog and low visibility, we can't see anyone, or they can't see us. I'm gonna put these guys here. I don't actually like the archer militias. We could probably switch them to either crossbows or archers. Probably archers. He will eventually have fire arrows, since we did invest in that private tutor reform. Now we're gonna set up a pretty defensive line here, as the enemy will charge us. Now why would they charge us? Because we have siege weapons, even though they're on defense, if you remember correctly. They have one cavalry over here and one or two over here, I'm not sure. So we're just gonna try to spread out our spear units. Now you don't need them to be touching, as in you can leave a little gap. Enemy cavalries can't fit in that gap because there's a minimum width for deployment. You can test it out with our cavalries. You can go as wide as this or as narrow as this, but that's the minimum width, and as they charge, it's going to be almost impossible for them to fit in through that gap. Therefore, you don't need your spear unit to actually be touching to have that effect to block enemy range. I'm gonna guess they're gonna charge us from over here most likely, so we're gonna put our men here. We still gotta put one here, but we probably don't need to protect this flank. We cheaped out on going for 6 spear units, so there's gonna be some gaps. You can also fit the gap with the general, that way the enemy will run into them. We'll keep Guojia safe in the back. Xiahou Dun can come over here. Pull them back a little bit. And for our cavalry, once again, they function differently. 2 are tanks. We almost want the enemy range unit to hit them first. We're going to actually speed this up. Why is our siege weapon moving up? Did I accidentally click them? Oops. Alright, we're going to hotkey these guys together to group 1. These guys are chase down units. Anyone wants to duel us? Oh, there's a couple willing duelists. So you want to check if they have any items. Items a big tell on how strong they are. Most of the damage come from items. So you're looking for weapons, looking for armors. We have gold armor, silver weapon, very, very strong, which means we should beat both of them. Sometimes strategists have a skill called Wisdom the River, which Tao Qian hit us a couple times, that strips our armor away. He does not. He has Stifling Deluge. It only increases the cooldown of our ability, which makes us impossible to use them. We're being very patient here to allow them to meet up. Now, we're gonna go get a duel started. And also provide them some visibility, because they don't see us right now. So they might not even come towards us. We need them to at least get over here so they see our siege weapons. Oh, they're coming. They see us now. You see the vision on Xiahou Dun over here? Now, is there any friends and family bonuses? You see any oath thorns? They have none. All 4 of them are strangers to each other. Not really, but they're not friends, so there's no healing, so there's no correct order to which one we need to kill first. We can kill whichever one we want first, and we're gonna get that started. You can start. And we can okay, we're gonna take away fire will. we're gonna manual fire. You can see we can cheat out some distance by manual firing because how inaccurate trebuchets at low levels are at max range. We should be able to hit some outside of the zone, like that. And then just stop, pick a new zone, and hit that. There's reload time, so you want to give plenty of time. And you have to just predict the AI movement as the duel has started. You have abilities, use them. Hamstring will damage the enemy's speed, increase cooldown of their abilities, and give you some splash damage as we pound them with our siege weapons. Now they're probably trying to line up before moving forward again. I don't know how long they'll stand here, but we'll keep pounding this zone. They're watching this duel. Oh, here they come with the charge. Let's see if our reload speed can pick it up and pick off some of these archers from behind. There we go. Not firing. This hill is going to be a little weird, so we're going to wait till they... I think this will be a good spot. You just want to find highly dense areas. See if we can break through the hill. Sometimes we might just hit the other side of the hill. Oh, perfect. Very nice. That is how you work around the inaccuracy of siege weapons. They have some cavalry by manually firing. That way accuracy is not really a problem because you're just hitting density. Alright, they're coming over here with their cavalry charge. I'm gonna send these guys back here. Our crossbows are starting to shoot, but notice these are melee cavalry, so they're hard to get killed by range. And at this point is when microing becomes a little bit tricky. I might send out my own cavalry decline. Even though he has a gold weapon, I want Xiahou to pick up the experience on the dueling. Alright, they're moving. They see that we're adjusting to them, so they're adjusting to us, which is totally fine. Oh, we gotta stop. Right, sometimes we forget about this, and we waste a shot right there. We just want to soften up their line as our range will shred them. And you see why this is such a big advantage for them to charge towards us. We pretty much have free reign on hitting them. Champions are excellent duelists, so you want to utilize them for that function. They're trying to rotate their cavalry over, but don't worry, we have our cavalry to counteract that if that's what they want to do. And we can boost our charge resistance at any time. As the enemy infantry are coming, we're going to let them collide. Oh, we're also messing up the micro. Alright, we're going to just stop microing them, let them fire well, let them pick their own targets. Because I gotta micro the cavalry now. Sending our tankier ones out to pick off the enemy range. He's gonna not be able to use his ability because the strategist is staying close. Gonna come over here. They're gonna get shot, but they're good at taking those hits. So I run through them. And then over here, we're gonna come flank charge as our infantry has picked up everyone. Gonna come take them. Switch one on each so that we can disturb the enemy range fire. Let's go. Hammer and envoy time. And we don't want to engage too long, and they all routed. Alright, now is where we chase the ones that are not routed yet. And then Guo Jia can get in on the game. Remember, we don't want anyone to run away, so we actually want to keep killing them, even if they're running away from the battlefield. He can use ability now because the strategist is left. Move them over here. One each. Chase, chase, chase. Cao Cao has a fast horse. Chase the one far away. Range unit, shred whoever is left. Our infantry front line is just going to stay put. These guys have not fully routed, they could come back, so we're just gonna have them hit them up real quick. This should be no problem. Cao Cao's fast. Xiahou should win, not even concerned. Oh, they have generals. Oops. Alright, so we do have an issue here. We're gonna throw all our spear units on them. We will take some casualties on our crossbowmen because we weren't careful here. gonna shift them out to try to kill some of these units, as we'll surround them with our spear. And because of army loss, everyone's routed, and we won. But don't click end battle here, because remember, we want to chase as many of these as we can. He needs to get back on his horse. We don't need to kill generals per se, we need to kill units. This one's getting way too far. I think they will have a few left, which is unfortunate. But we'll let our range units continue to fire. Cao Cao's back on his horse. Try to chase some of these guys down before they reach the edge of the map. Alright, he's got someone. Can he get there in time? Where is the edge of the map? Oh, it's actually pretty far. He might be able to get there in time. There's one here. If the unit size is below 20%, I believe, of the max size, they're considered all gone. So we don't have to chase that much. And you had to mind friendly fire sometime on the range. Alright, Cao Cao's actually faster than them, so Cao Cao will go there. Paladin picked off that one, pick up this one. We'll let him run, and we'll let the range try to shred whoever is around. They finish chasing, try to pick up this one. Even the strategist can kill routing troops. Go help him out. We can probably chase them a little bit. Alright, we'll do this on fast. I think we have all the targets selected. Don't run away from us. Yeah, they're never gonna catch up. Just stay back. That's why cavalries are good, because you can chase when you want to chase. Alright, Cao Cao killed everyone there. I think they killed everyone there. These are the last ones. And these ones are part of the captain guard, so definitely need to kill those. 2 spear guards over here. Should be a quick wipe. Last guy. Poor guy. Didn't make it off the map. Anyone else on the map? Feels like there's... Oh, they're still chasing. How many are they chasing? 14 archers? Okay, let's kill them all. Now, some did escape, so we probably still have to fight a garrison battle, which is a little sad, but we tried our best, and we tried to kill everyone. Come on, run down the last guy. There we go. Alrighty. So we used the army outside to pull out the other army as reinforcement. Sometimes we want the enemy to reinforce, sometimes we don't want the enemy to reinforce. And the major casualties are on our front line, that's their job, to hold the line. We might have lost a few cavalries as they did the charge, and our range got slaughtered when the general came in. We forgot about Liu Yao. We thought we were dueling everyone already. You see that they escaped, which is a bit unfortunate. That's the only unit that got away from that group. Cavalries we can't really catch. He's all gone. Is 0. He's just not shaded out. We could take replenishment. But I don't think so. We don't need it. We'll just take some income. Alright, and we picked up a bad trait for Cao Cao. Now this is not a bad trait per se. This is a historical trait, so it's not a big deal. We'll talk about this next time. And we can end our episode here as we are ready to take Danyang. We showcase some reinforcement tricks, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and we'll see you all next time. Bye!